right. So I'm going to do something a little different here. I have an open tournament next week, and I'm going to do something that I found was really interesting. That I follow these guys on Instagram called the Tennis Brothers, and I want to make sure I'm giving them the right props. So it's Tennis Brothers _official. And what they do is it's our journey to pro. So what they do is it's the road to 1 ATP point. So it's actually on YouTube, but they have an Instagram page. I haven't been following them for that long, but I love their content on YouTube. What they do is they join tournaments, they show you how they practice, they tell you a little about their journey to hopefully getting 1 ATP point. And obviously it's really interesting because if you don't know that world, you don't even understand how does this even happen, right? We know someone wins a major. If Djokovic wins a major, they might win, honestly, I don't even remember what it is, 2,000 points. Obviously, there's ATP 1000s, ATP 500s, ATP 250s. Those are how many points someone wins when they win the tournament. I still don't fully understand how it works, where they lose points if they don't play, and they're defending points, all that stuff. I'm still trying to learn that. But following these guys on Instagram and YouTube, the Tennis Brothers, it's really interesting how many steps they have to go through to even get that 1 ATP point. You have to play these qualifying tournaments. Even to get in the qualifying tournaments, sometimes there's sort of a hierarchy of who they let in. Not always. But from my understanding, it depends on the tournament. And then you have to win that qualifying. And then you have to get to the main draw. And if you're getting to the main draw, if you're getting to the main draw, you are playing someone that's pretty dang good. And from what I've seen, these guys are playing people top, 900 in the world, 800 in the world, 700 in the world. And obviously those guys are amazing. So it's just really cool to watch. You got to watch their journey on YouTube. And I thought it would be cool because this is the Recreational Tennis Players podcast that I'm trying to do, your league tennis podcast, right? It's a podcast for you league players like me, like you. I thought it would be pretty cool to sort of document the journey for my first open win, right? They're trying to get 1 ATP point, and I just want to get an open tournament win. Now, a little disclaimer here. I've won some open tournament rounds before, never a tournament. I've won a round or two before, so it's not, necessarily like I haven't won that, but not consistent at all. And sometimes I'll play a person that maybe is, not necessarily not a 5-0 or even a 4-5 sometimes, So it depends. Some of these opens, sometimes you'll get people that are just, trying to test the waters, see how they are, or just getting back into tennis after a long hiatus of not playing. So I've been really proud of myself lately that I've been not losing to the players that I used to lose to. Like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I think I was all over the map, really. Like I would find a way sometimes to lose to people that I know I shouldn't have, at least on paper. Nowadays, I'm not losing to those people. So I think that's a progression, obviously. I'm not quite beating the people that are above me in a level on paper. Every now and then I'll get some real close matches. I might have one win, sneak in a win every now and then. But I have to start consistently beating the people I'm supposed to beat, and then 50-50 throwing in some good wins, and then obviously losing to the people too that are better than me. Just I'm not trying to I'm not trying to win tournaments every weekend. That's not what I'm trying to accomplish here. So this little series here is going to be me documenting what I'm doing in preparation for this open tournament that's coming up. And hopefully my opponent will let me tape the match with SwingVision. So if you don't know about SwingVision, check it out. I'm not a spokesperson for SwingVision or anything like that, but I've just enjoyed the product. And so I have an iPhone. I forget what model. It's a decent one. Good camera. But I bought SwingVision. I want to say it was about $150 a year. I bought a selfie stick, which you can hold your phone and then put it up on a fence when you're playing. And you can see a lot of people using it on YouTube. I've been using it lately. So this is just a small intro, and then hopefully I'll be able to combine that SwingVision video next, and I'm going to comment on it. But I'm playing a match next week. I want to say it's on Friday, May 26th, I think is the first round. And it's called the SoCal Pro Series 15K Pre-Qualifier at the Barnes Tennis Center. It's a men and women's singles tournament only. And right now, I'm looking at it on my phone. Right now, there's 48 men entered into that tournament. Let me just check the women's. There's 26 women. And so it's considered an open, right? Meaning pretty much anyone can join, I think, as far as my understanding. But when you join these types of tournaments, you're going to get some really good college players. You're going to get some really good recent college players. You're going to get some guys in their late 20s still playing after college, 30s, 40s. You know, and I'm 45, and I don't know, I'm sort of usually the oldest when I join these types of things. Not always when you join an open. I'm not always the oldest, but when I join these pre-qualifying opens, I'm usually the oldest. It's usually these kids, you know, sometimes even in high school. I just lost to a kid last tournament, actually, in high school. I think he was a senior in high school, and really good, really nice kid, and really good tennis player. And actually played pretty well. So you get some young people joining, and like I said, usually I'm the oldest. If they see me walking around prior to the match, they probably think I'm a coach or a dad. I am a dad, but obviously at the tournament, I'm a player. So, like I said, this is an open tournament, but it's a pre-qualifying tournament into a 15K. And I'm almost positive, and I forget, I have to read up on it a little more, but I'm almost positive that the winner gets a wild card entry into the 15K tournament. That happens a month or two down the line. Sometimes if there's enough people, they'll give the finalist a wild card into the qualifying draw of that tournament. So just to be clear here, I think, I'm not 100% sure, I think the way it works is you have to win this open, okay? If you win the open, you get a wild card into the main draw of this 15K tournament. It means you're pretty dang good if you win this open. If you get to the finals, they give you a wild card into the qualifying. So I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't even be able to get into the qualifying based on my rating. I think that's how it works. And so anyone can join this open, and then you obviously have to get to the finals to get a wild card into the qualifying of the 15K tournament. And then the winner of this, I think, gets a wild card into the main draw, which is pretty dang cool. And I still don't understand those points, too, because these aren't necessarily, I wish I researched this before I got on here, and I sound like an idiot. But I don't remember if you get an ATP point for actually even winning rounds in that 15K. I don't remember. I thought there was something prior to the ATP points. There was like ITF points, something like that. And I really apologize. I'll start researching this a little better next time before I get on. But either way, I'm going to show you all some of my SwingVision videos that I've been taping, some of my practices, some of my sets that I've been playing. Hopefully I'll have, I've taped like 2 or 3, and I'll comment on those. I'm going to tape a few more practices this week, and then I'm going to play my first round of this 15K pre-qualifier men's open at the Barnes Center in San Diego on the 26th. And like I said, I hope my opponent won't mind me taping it. I've had people ask, and they've taped my matches. I don't care. And so hopefully they'll let me tape it. Hopefully the tournament will let me tape it. And then obviously I can, after this tournament, show you everything I did to prepare and then show you the match and, you know, expose myself on video, the good parts, the bad parts kind of thing. And I hope you get something out of it. It's something, like I said, I've been really enjoying watching on YouTube, other people's journey, playing tournaments. And, you know, we're not trying to, you know, I've noticed people on YouTube, they're not trying to brag. They're just trying to show you who they are, how they're playing, and then hopefully it helps them self-examine. And so I've really been into SwingVision lately because I've been able to watch the videos later and examine my own good, bad parts of my tennis game. And so it's really been eye-opening to me. And it's not about like showing the world how good you are, because you'll see when you watch some of my SwingVision stuff, some of it's pretty embarrassing, how bad I am and how out of like shape I am, how I'm not moving, I'm slow. But it's just funny to see, like, I'm like, whoa, I look like that? Or, wow, I move like that? I thought I hit harder than that. And so there's a lot of that, but there's also a lot of like, wow, I did good on that shot. I have to remember what I did there. You know, I have to literally visualize me doing that every time. And that's how I should win. Oh, look at that. I served out wide, came in, stepped in, or did I serve out wide and stand on my heels? You know, there's a lot of that going on too when you watch your own SwingVision. So I really feel it's valuable. To me, it's almost like, you know, if you're not good with your finances, you better get a checkbook or do an Excel spreadsheet, something like that, and start keeping track of all your purchases, because without you examining what you're purchasing and where your money's going, you're never going to be able to get back on track as far as finances. And so I feel it's like that for tennis. If you're not really having someone critique you, if you're not examining yourself through video or through some sort of coach, or even a friend, right, hitting with you, if you're not getting that feedback, you're missing a lot, because the way you see yourself is definitely different than the way everyone else sees you, or the way you see yourself on camera too. You start realizing how different it is. You might feel you're hitting hard and you see yourself on camera and you go, ooh, there's a lot more, speed I can get on my ball. Or you feel like you're stepping in and then you watch yourself on camera and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not really stepping in at all. I'm just sitting on my heels waiting. Or, oh my gosh, I could have came to the net 4 times that game and decided to sit back. So there's a lot of that going on when I watch SwingVision. So I'm really happy that I bought it. It's been really valuable for me. And this is just a small intro. The next part of this is include the SwingVision videos and commentate on that. And then commentate a few more times prior to the tournament. Hopefully be able to tape the tournament. And when it's all done, I'm going to upload all these videos. Okay, so, and no matter what, whether I win or lose that first round, I'm going to upload all these videos. So I hope you enjoy it. And the Tennis Brothers call it the road to 1 ATP point. I'm going to call mine the road to 1 open tournament round. The road to winning 1 open tournament round. There you go. So hope you enjoy. And let me play a little song. Oh yeah. Okay, so let's just jump right into it here. Actually, let me turn the volume down of this video. Okay. And so what I'm doing here is this is just a lesson. And I'm going to incorporate some SwingVision sets also next after this. But I just wanted to show you some of the stuff I'm doing to prepare for the tournament coming up. I'll take some lessons from my friend Doug, who's feeding the balls there across the court. That's me on the right side in the blue shirt with the hat on. And that's my friend Mike in the black shirt on the left. I'm a 5.0. Mike's technically a 4.5 rated player. But you'll see during the practice here that you're not going to see much difference between me and Mike. He has really good strokes, really good hands. We play a lot together. He's a really good doubles player. And so personally, I think he's at a 4 or 5 level only because he doesn't play enough league matches where he's going to get enough chances to level up if he even wants to, right? He does this a lot for fun, doesn't play as much as me, but I think he would have the opportunity to level up if he really wanted to. It's just he plays some doubles league matches and not too many. So anyways, into the hitting. So right now, Doug is just feeding us balls here. It's pretty early in the morning, and probably like 8 a.m. We had an hour lesson with Doug that day, which was a few days ago now, after me taping this. And he's just putting us through a progression of drills here. He's going to just try to probably finish the bucket, put us through some forehands, some backhands, some down the line, some cross courts. Right there, if you saw that little pause in the video, that was him stopping to make sure that my follow through ends with the racket touching my back. When I watch this, he touched my back. See, so even though I missed it, I shouldn't even care about missing it right now. I'm just trying to focus on my footwork, stepping forward, good follow through, turning my shoulders there. So those are pretty good shots for what I'm trying to accomplish here in warm up. See, that one I stood a little straight up, so the ball's going to fly. I got to stay down, got to lean forward. We're supposed to be getting back to the middle here. Obviously, we're being a little, lackadaisical about it, or at least I am. I don't want to accuse Mike of doing anything. But, I'm supposed to shuffle back to the middle. But like I said, I'm being a little lazy. But I'm just trying to make sure and focus on my strokes here. You see that I sort of corrected myself. I think I was using too much elbow, too much arm. I got to turn my shoulders and really follow through with the ball here. Keep my left hand up. See, and even in practice here, look at this. I'm like stepping on my back foot. See, that was a good forward movement. But if I'm on my right foot, that's a good step there. Good movement, stepping forward. Okay, that one I'm stepping forward. And you know what? It's actually, now that I'm noticing it, I can retrieve back to the middle, but, I got to just step back and then step in, right? I can't just go sideways all the time. Sometimes I think like I just got to stay on the baseline and go side to side. But, I should be having some forward and backward movement, especially to incorporate that step forward and, that I need. And so I feel obviously a lot better on my cross courts. Maybe most people do. But here I just naturally feel good about my turn and my step. Right now I don't have the need to do an open stance. I have enough time to relax and get my feet under me and step with that hit right there for that cross court backhand. But something I've really been focusing on too is I don't care too much about my open stances anymore. And I know when I was young, I remember it getting drilled in my head that I didn't want that open stance. At least that's how I was taught. So I've come to sort of realize that it's not a big deal, really. In fact, it's actually sort of contrary to what you want on certain shots. Like if it's sort of behind you and you're, rushing diagonally backwards on some shots, it's impossible to keep a closed stance, right? So you got to get that open stance. As long as you're getting your shoulders turned, that's the most important. As long as you're having clean contact and your shoulders turned and you're following through, that's the most important. Don't get too caught up on your feet. And that's actually, something that you can work on with returns too. When you have a really hard server serving at you, I wouldn't focus so much on getting your feet under you. For me, at least, I sort of just focus on making sure that turn's correct, good contact, following through, getting a deep return in, versus I have to get my feet perfect every time because sometimes I don't have time for that. So this drill's pretty cool here. Doug's just giving us a deep ball, then giving us a short ball. Obviously, just trying to keep up the sweat, right? He's trying to get us moving. We're not moving too good. That's what I always say when I watch these SwingVision videos, which is, oh my gosh, I'm that slow? What the heck? I thought I was moving better than that. But I look a little slow and old when I watch these videos. But like I say, he's giving us a deep ball, then he's giving us a short ball. On the deep ball, even on the deep ball, I should be stepping forward. I don't always do that. This next drill is just, I think, a 4-ball drill. And it's just going to be a baseline ball, approach, volley, then overhead. And one of the things I've come to notice about myself when I watch SwingVision is I'm not intense enough, I don't think. I think I can be a lot more intense with my actions, even my hit. Look at that. That's a good shot, right? That's good volley. These are both in the corners. But, I don't have the intensity that I think I have sometimes and that I obviously want. And especially when I'm playing the younger generation, they're hitting hard. And so I got to get more intense and more focused with my hit. Like that ball, that approach right there, that's not going to work against a person who's good. And look at that. I got really lazy there, let the ball drop too low and just framed an overhead. So I'm not concentrating enough here, even though it's warm up, even though I am focusing on my strokes, right? Because I'm focusing on things that I guess I wouldn't usually focus on during the match. But I still got to be intense and I got to be purposeful with my head. See, it's a good shot. It just doesn't have a lot of pace to it. Good volley. They showed it twice. And, I can put away an overhead, I guess, pretty easily. But, this is just another good drill just to get the footwork going in the morning, to get sort of every stroke in. And right after this bucket, which is almost done here, he'll put us through some 2-on-1s, which is pretty cool. That's why I like taking lessons with Mike a lot, too. We get along good. We're friends, but also the 2-on-1s are fun because you start to notice how small the court is when you're playing against two people. And so when we get into these 2-on-1 drills, the one person only has to cover singles, and then the side with the two people, they have to cover doubles, right? So that's how it'll work here. So right now I'm just warming up my volleys, trying to remember the step, keeping my racket up, trying to also remember, see on that forehand, I got to keep my shoulders turned. On the backhand, it's obviously a little easier because I'm a righty, and or it's easier for everyone, I guess, but because I got to turn my shoulders to hit a backhand to do it correctly. See, like that. And I have decent hands, so my backhand I feel pretty confident with, but my forehand a lot of the time, I feel like I'm open. I'm showing the opponent my chest, my left arm's down, instead of keeping that sort of left arm up or, turning my shoulders correctly. And so actually one of my buddies, Owen, who I'm going to play a set here with soon, I'll show you that video. He actually told me, pretend like you have a cheeseburger in your left hand and you're eating it at the time of, turning your body. Like, so it just makes you remember to keep that left hand up. So like, look at that one. Obviously I had no cheeseburger in my hand. I didn't put it to my mouth. My left arm was like down at my side almost. So it's really apparent to me, like when I watch this video, like how open I am. And I'm not even watching the ball. Sometimes like the ball's behind me when I'm volleying. So here we already started playing some points. I think we played a 7. He wants me to start around the service line and then come forward. And again, when I watch SwingVision, I can notice all the things I'm doing wrong, things I'm doing right too. So I just don't want to pick on myself every second, but I'm trying to pay attention and fix problems too. But I'm not closing good enough, right? That's a decent close, but why did I back up? I guess I was expecting the lob. I don't know, but I should just be closing the net, being an animal at the net. If they lob me, they lob me, at least for this drill, right? I mean, we're just working on closing the net because I start at the service line. I need to get in. So for me not to be like an animal there and just close the net and be all over it is actually a problem. Look at that. I mean, what was I doing? I was 2-3 feet, maybe more behind the net, gave him the opportunity to hit like a short little slice chip as a passing shot cross court. Like that should not happen if I'm moving correctly, if I'm attacking the net. So now he's throwing in some like slices to start the point. So I like that. He does some top spins, some harder sort of points to start it. See, that was a good close by me. So I don't remember if I won or lost there. I guess if that was the last point of the game, I won the game. So now we're going to do 1-7 with Mike. Right now he's just warming up still, I think. See right there, Mikey's got to step forward. Well, that was an interesting one. Yeah, Mike plays a lot of doubles. He has good hands. Sometimes I notice that he maybe adds a little too much chop in his volley. See, but I mean it's not bad because like people like me, I think I have like a straight arm issue. So I get told all the time you need to add a little like cupping, a little just a little chop to that volley to sort of like bring it back in instead of just straight arming it and flattening out. Flattening, how do you say that word? Flattening it out. And so I think probably me and Mike, the happy medium would probably be, a better volley. Like a little less slice there on Mike's. Actually, that's nice. And then a little more slice for me. So I think we're about to start here. He's starting at the service line. Missed that one. Pretty dumb. I mean, it was sort of an open court shot. I could have done that a little better. Doug, boom. See, Mike has to close there too. You can't get crossed. You can't get passed by a cross-court shot here if you're closing the net. So down the line, sort of open, right? You can't really cover the line perfectly like that one. But if you're closing the net correctly, there's no way you should be passed by a cross-court shot. And if you get lobbed, you get lobbed. Okay, look at. It's like I'm predicting the future. I swear, I didn't mean to do this, or maybe I remember the shots, but that was a dirty shot by Doug. Doug's like 52 years old, and if you see him play, he's absolutely amazing. Uh-oh. Well, I think that ball was in the way. I bet you he would have got it. Okay, see, that was a good close. So, and I don't think I'm hitting hard enough back there now that I'm looking at it. Maybe I'm just trying to start the rally once, but I gotta, like I said a few moments ago, I gotta get a little more intense here with my shots, be a little more purposeful, trust my shots, and just swing out. And one of the sets I played, which I taped on SwingVision, I thought I played it well because this drill, and I'll go over that when I go over that set, but this drill I did prior to the set was just me swinging out almost as hard as I can without intentionally like using my arm, right? I really tried to do the correct strokes, but I really swung out in the drill, and then when I played the set, I felt great. And so I got to remember to do that too. Like my pre-workout prior to the set has to be just swinging out and trusting my shot. And so this one, I think this is a baseline game. Okay. And the 2-on-1 baseline. And this one really makes the single person work hard. Because how the heck are you going to hit a winner against two people standing at the baseline, especially when the coach tells you you're supposed to, try to work the baseline here. And he's not stopping you from approaching, but, the drill is not approached. So I'm just trying to win at the baseline. If I get a short ball like that one, obviously I'll attack it. But see, that's not a bad deep ball by me. I'm trying to hit it deep, right? Okay. And then I stepped back and sort of stood up straight and missed it. So that's a problem. Trying to hit it deep. I think that landed in. So, I can keep it deep if I want to. Oh, that was just lazy, right? But Mike called it in. But, I got to do more here. I mean, that's a little Carlitos drop shot by me there. Wow. I'm pretty impressed with that one. But, I got to do a lot more with this ball. Like looking at it here, and obviously on camera, you don't get the full feel. Like the guys on the other side hopefully should feel that depth of the ball and the little more like penetration of the ball and how deep it's going. You can't really get all that on camera. But I can obviously turn my shoulders quicker, hit the ball a lot more solid, get the pace up a little. I can obviously do that staring at this video. Oh, another Carlitos drop shot. That was pretty nice. I actually didn't know I had that in me. I don't usually do that. I'm very impressed right now. Look at that. Well, what the heck was that all about? Like no topspin to that ball at all. Okay, then that was a dumb error. Like what was I trying to do? pull an angle. Like he hit it deep down the middle, and I'm trying to angle the ball away when I have two people to play against. Pretty stupid. See, that was one of those balls that couldn't even get to because I was actually standing on my heels, right? Or ready to step backwards, So if I can't recognize the short ball, that's problems right there. See, look at that one too. That's only like 1.5 feet, 2 feet within the baseline, and I could not get it. I had to reach for it because I'm not recognizing the short ball. See, even that one. I mean, Mike probably should have passed me up the line there, but I got away with it. Okay, so that's a decent backhand here. Probably should do a deep cross court. Yeah. Okay, so that one's interesting. Decided to go up the line. Not sure why, but I'm trying to fall back on topspin cross court. If it's too low, I'm going to throw in a slice, but that one was just lazy. I could have got there and hit two hands. So this one cross court. You see how my follow through those going up, instead of really following through and out to my target and then around, and finishing that follow through around my shoulder. So I'm not doing that correctly there, especially when someone pushes me out to the back right. I'm really like doing this weird follow through and I'm not stepping forward and I'm sort of jumping. It's a problem. Okay, so then obviously Mikey here is in black on the bottom, and he is now doing the 2-on-1 that I just did. And see, obviously the point of the drill is, like I said, the singles guy is not supposed to be able to be hitting winners. Me and the other person I'm with is just supposed to be back there moving the singles guy around, or even just putting it back to him and making him feel like the point's going on forever, like the points can't stop. And that's actually really the point of the drill. They should be learning how to grind, that singles player, without giving other people short balls like that one or the angle. Like it's so beneficial sometimes to go deep down the middle because they would have to create the angle, right? So like that ball right there, if Mikey hit that in, it would have been a great ball. It would have been on my heels. It would have been deep down the middle. I'm stepping backwards. Maybe I throw him a short ball, right? So he sort of had to approach there. He had that forward momentum. Okay, I gave him a little tricky shot there. So let's see Mike if he's stepping there. So he stepped. You just sort of a little frame, but oh, look at that. On the rise, nice. That was really nice. That's probably something I don't do enough of either, which when someone is putting that deep ball cross court on you, instead of taking that first step back, right there. So he just took a step sideways and then took a step forward and actually sort of took it on the rise. He's mad at that, but whatever. It's a tough drill, right? So he shouldn't be too mad at what's going on here, because the singles person's supposed to lose this drill. Later on when we do the singles approacher, they're supposed to win that drill. But here, me and Doug should be able to handle a singles person back there and eventually make them miss. So look at that. That's actually a good shot right down the middle. It's a good double shot too. I tell people in doubles, when you don't know what to do, just go hard up the middle and let them figure it out. Look at that. Really good deep ball by him. Maybe I called it out. I don't remember if I cheated on there. Okay, good deep ball by me. Nice step by him, but then he sort of leaned forward. You saw that, right? It sort of bent at the waist. Could have actually bent his knees a little more and got down. Okay, so this is the real important drill, actually, that I need to work on, big time. Because I can stand at the baseline, I can hit, and then I get the short ball. And I think one time I was looking at my statistics, and I was winning only half the points. And that's ridiculous. I'm playing the point to get the short ball. So if I'm not winning, the majority of those points, right, 51% plus, then that's a big problem. Here, during this first game, which is to 7, where Doug says, do the approach and play it out, I actually lose this game. I think 7-4, 7-5. And after I went through this game, and after Mike went through this game, we had a little talk with Doug, and I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just decide to approach down the middle because I'm doing something with my approach that's making me think too much. Like, okay, that's a good shot, but I've already missed like 2 or 3 approaches in a game to 7. So like I'm trying to angle that. Like I intentionally tried to angle that, right? So I ended up losing that game. And when you think back on it, if I'm playing to 7 and I'm throwing away 3 approaches, either out or in the net, and they get 1 or 2 good passing shots, that's 4 or 5 points out of a 7-point game. Okay, I'm losing that game, right? The math says I'm losing that game. So, so anyways, I mean, you're gonna see sort of night and day what happens in the next game when I'm back there, when Mike finishes here, and I forget if Mike won his approaching game. Yeah, so Mike usually has a really good approach. See that one he caught a little late. You can actually see it. It's something he's working on, and that's probably the only reason I can really see it now. Usually I can't see it that much. But I can see his right elbow pop up a little too much instead of him following through. So it's something he's working on. Like, that was a better follow through. But it was a little low, right? A little weak. It gave me the opportunity to hit a good backhand. He actually could have saved it. But we're just noticing little things, right? We're critiquing each other. And by watching this video, I can sort of easily critique it better. But, the depth of that approach matters, right? Where it is, he wants to, like, that's obviously a good one. What are you going to do? No one expected him to go that sort of inside out way. And I think that might have touched the line too. But like I said, okay, so here is the second set of drills. He just passed me and I was like, what the heck? But everyone's going to hit a good shot now and again, right? So I have 2 approaches sort of down the middle. I end up at 1-1 here. So here's another approach, sort of at the guy or down the middle. Okay. Probably could have done more with that volley, but it's 2-1 me now, right? And I have no missed approaches yet. Okay, I could have done a little more with that volley. Obviously, I could put away the overhead, so I forget when I'm at 3-1. I don't remember. Okay, I put it at him, and he couldn't create the angle, right? Doug's amazing at hitting angles, but he couldn't create the angle there. I hit at him, 4-1, down the middle. I forget if I win this point. Come on. Nope. Okay, so 4-2. I tried. But you see, okay, that one angled a little, but I got away with it. I think he did a good lob here. Yeah, I end up chasing it down, putting it up. I instantly regret it. Why did I run? He puts it away. SwingVision shows me twice just to be funny. Okay, so whatever the score is, 4-3. So I sort of go out inside out there because I felt like it was necessary. But then I go back to attempting to hit down the middle. Look at that approach. It was not good. And look what happened, right? It makes the guy feel a little like, where am I supposed to go? Like, he just approached at me down the middle. I got to create this angle. Do I have to hit up the line? Do I have to hit a short little looper across court? Like, you're putting the pressure on them. And maybe I missed it, but I remember missing one approach. If you saw it, then great. If you missed it, I don't know. Maybe I didn't. But I thought I missed one approach. So what a difference, right? 1 missed approach versus 3 missed approaches. And then I think there was a lack of them hitting winners off my approach, passing shots, because I wasn't giving them the angles. And then everything changed. Instead of losing 7-4, I think I won 7-3 or something like that. And so what a difference it was. It was very noticeable to me, and I'm trying to make sure that I remember these little things, strategic things. And so obviously Mike's playing the same game here. The video's almost done. But see, look at that. He sort of, look where he set up after that hit. It's sort of just taunting me to hit cross court. See, that one I like too. Doug taught me that. Sort of a slice low to their feet. Obviously, Mikey did a great job on picking it up and drop shotting us, but I don't mind a slice low sometimes. And I think in doubles, sometimes the return, it works pretty well. So that's a good approach by him, right at me. And he was being the aggressor there. Doug could have done more with that, but look at that thing. Oh, okay, barely missed. But if that goes in, that's a really tough approach to handle. Look at that. That's a good approach. Okay. I got lucky there, and I remember that actually. I just stepped in and just decided to crank it, as hard as I could actually. Sort of up the line or from where I'm standing. So that one's sort of an outlier because I think it was actually a good approach if I wouldn't have taken that initiative to step in. Okay, so we just finished up that drills video I did. Now I'm going to show you a set. So this is my friend Kieran. He's in high school. He's actually really tall. I don't remember if he's like 6'4", maybe. I don't remember. Really nice kid. I like him a lot. We practice sometimes and we'll play some sets. And his dad I know pretty well. He's a coach at the club. He's actually to the court on the right there with that bucket, I think, teaching a lesson. So we're just going to play a set. We did some warm-ups, and we're playing a set. I'm serving. I'm the far one back there. This is Kieran with the hair, obviously. I don't have hair, so that's not me. And so we're just playing a set. So that was the first game. So now it's 1-0 me. My return, I never really have a problem with a lot of times, even though it didn't look too pretty that time, that return. I can usually get it in, usually get it deep, and I think it saves me a lot. That was sort of my old man shot to the corner, and it worked there on the young whippersnapper. I forget if that was a lead or not. But, here remember, it's just a practice set, so I'm working on things. That one I got lucky, sort of touched the line there. See, that slice isn't going to work, right? So look at that. Even against Kieran, who hasn't been playing that long, but he's very talented. Look at that serve. So awesome. The low slice, if I don't get that deep, it's not working. Kieran will be so great once he works on that serve a little more. He's usually playing some basketball and some other sports, just a real talented kid. And look at that. What a good second serve by him. So I just happened to rip a good return there. Good, nice serve out wide, sort of kicked away from me. I don't know. Sometimes when I put SwingVision up on top of the fence, I sometimes feel like you don't get the perspective of the kick and the jump well. So maybe next time I'll change that. But the SwingVision app on my phone is posted up on the top of the fence up there, with the selfie stick. So the perspective sort of like from the bird's eye. But okay, so now I think it's maybe 1-1 or 2-1. I end up winning the set, I think 6-2. But one of my big issues after watching SwingVision is, man, I'm not winning any free points on my serve. And a lot of people are winning free points against me, which is why, I'll lose to these young guys a lot just based on that, right? And obviously you see it at the pro level. They hold their serve a majority of the time, and they're looking for that one break. And you'll hear the announcers like, "Oh, break." And it's such a big deal because if you can hold your serve and just break once, you win, obviously. So good return by Kieran. Good approach, man. Nice and deep. Look, I tried to put up a lob, but just couldn't get it. Good serve. I'm a little lazy there with that return, but I get back in the point, so we're now back to even, right? You're always trying to be the aggressor, but I'm back to even. But he's doing a nice deep ball. I'm not backing up, so that's pretty good. Sort of stood my ground there. Decent return. He actually hits a good shot there. Look, and then I'm back to now I'm the aggressor. I hit a nice deep ball. I could have done more with that, right? If I'm the aggressor. But I'm moving him around, right? He's the one moving. He's the one out of the screen, sort of backing up. He ends up hitting me there, and his uncle's like, "That's his point." And I'm like, "Nah, Kieran's too nice to take that." But I was being a jerk. I should have let him have the point. But let's see here. Nice kick serve. Oh, good down the line. See, I think Kieran could have done more with that. If he saw that on video, he probably would have said, "Man, I could have come in, put it somewhere." And then he toys with me because I'm old and fat. That's out. That's out too. And that's one of those things, that's quite noticeable on SwingVision too. When you're trying hard every point and then you just throw in one, maybe two double faults in a game, it's like, oh my gosh, like no wonder I can't win this game. I'm literally giving away, 2 points on every game or something like that. Look at that, was just lazy. And you saw that in my drills too. I'm not recognizing the short ball. I'm happy standing on the baseline, almost content. And I'm not looking for that short ball. I'm not salivating at the short ball. There's a double fault. And first serve percentage in is obviously a problem. It's almost like I'm rushing just to get to the second serve. It's almost like, yeah, I know I'm going to miss this first serve. Let's just get to the second serve, put it in. Okay, so I noticed the short ball there. It came in correctly. I like to go cross court with that forehand. Just feels more natural to me. Unless like I get an inside outer and I got to go sort of cross court up the line, if you know what I mean, then sometimes I jump a lot. But you'll probably see that in the video too. So good deep return by Kieran. See, that ball's a little short, puts me in the aggressor. But look, he's actually standing his ground. He's coming back up to the baseline. Really nice. Man, that looked in from here, huh? But I think I remember watching the SwingVision on this, and it was out. So double fault. See, I sort of got caught there, but I had enough time to run around it, get a nice deep. See, I just sort of hit deep down the middle, right? And then Kieran threw in the air. Okay, that's me just stepping like sideways and backwards instead of forward. That's ridiculous. I shouldn't do that. Oh, man, that's a nice serve by him. Oh, see, that's a smart shot by me, which actually surprises me I did that because I don't usually do that. He had a nice deep kick on me, and I'm backing up, and I decided to put in a decently paced, deep topspin shot. So this turned into a pretty good point. Oh, I could have done more with that. Oh, you know what? I remember that shot. That was a good approach by me with some decent pace, but it just, I happened to hit where he's standing, which is stupid. But he rightfully just just easily changed directions on it and sort of just pushed it cross court on me. So that was out. Look at that. That's so easy to see now. That was all arm. I had no shoulder rotation with that return, and the ball just flailed out. So that's decent shoulder rotation. I don't even have to swing that hard, right? When you see good shoulder rotation, it's so noticeable after someone points it out. And I think I told you in my podcast, I've been watching a lot of this on YouTube, especially that guy Carew Sell is his name. Guy, I watched him in person win Ojai Open, and I think it's called My Tennis HQ, if I remember. That's the YouTube channel and podcast that he does. Really good stuff, and he really focuses on shoulder turn. You see how just easy his stroke is and how hard that ball comes off, because he's not even using his arms and hands like a lot. Obviously, he does incorporate it. I'm not saying you can't. He's not a robot. But it's just that perfect shoulder and torso turn that he does. It's so impressive. See, so that ball right there, I like that. I probably could have done, I got lucky there. But I could have came in after that cross-court forehand. This one, I remember that. He passes me up the line. See, this is the ball I got to remember too, that out wide serve and come forward. I got to remember that on the ad side. So see that ball, that's in. I call it in. That first ball, like this one right here, what am I going to do with it? Okay, nice and deep. Maybe I couldn't do too much with it, but I still kept it deep. Okay, that's good. See that? Okay, I went in, right? I hit a good approach, but I think I could have recognized that short ball even before that. So I'm starting to pay a lot of attention to this stuff after watching me on SwingVision, which is I'm just standing there on my heels. Sometimes I'll throw in a slice forehand. It probably means I'm not prepared. I've been focusing on getting a forehand grip, to be honest, on my return. So I should be prepared with every forehand. It's a little easier for me to change grips to hit my backhand, versus changing grips to find the perfect forehand grip. So you shouldn't see a lot of slice forehands. That one I missed, but I'm sort of happy I went for it. It depends what the score was there. That's a weak approach, right? There you go. And I rightfully got punished. So I had the opportunity to get in quicker, to hit a lot better approach. I mean, maybe up the line would have been the best shot there. I don't know. But even if I did go cross court, I should have punished it. Instead, I just sort of hit a weak one. I remember that I missed that overhead there. I hit a weak one to his forehand. He just punished it, and rightfully so. So that return was nothing. But, you know, Kieran stepped backwards there. And I don't remember if I sort of hit it slow. So maybe it caught him off guard a little. And obviously, I didn't intentionally try to hit it slow. So that's the end of that. I hope you enjoyed that one. Okay. I have one more video to show you here. This is a set with my friend Owen. And I'm on the bottom there with that hat and the blue shirt. And he's the other one there with the white hat and the grayish shirt, I think, or bluish. I can't tell. And then that's his dad on the right. They're watching Robert, and the kid I'm playing is Owen. Owen is also in high school. Owen's level is a little better than Kieran's, the video that I just did. So you're going to see a little closer match here. And major props to Robert, his dad, because Robert really cares, about his son, in general, but also cares about his, tennis progression. So he's there a lot, really helping him. And I think I made note of this in my drills video with Mike, but Robert's the guy that put us through some drills prior to this set. And one of the drills he did was one person has to, try to get the ball back nice and deep, and the other person just has to swing out and hit the heck out of the ball. And so I felt like at least this set, I don't know how it's going to really, or if it's going to be that in your face during this video, but I felt like I was really swinging out a lot more in this set versus the set I hit with Kieran. So I felt like the other one, there was a lot more loops, and as I say that, I just hit the worst loopy backhand ever. But here I felt like I was stepping forward, and I was swinging out a lot better. I don't know. We'll see how that goes here, but that's how I felt. Okay, I got lucky there. I think that was a 2-bouncer, but I just put it away for good measure. So good return by me. That should have been a what do they call it? The 1-2 punch kind of thing. I think I could have done more with that after he hit that return. Owen has a real sweet backhand, but he just missed it there. But his backhand's really nice. His forehand, for me, feels like a little slappy sometimes, but it's so effective. He's so talented, and he just makes it work. Really impressive football player also. So watch this. So that was just a little late. Nothing wrong with that. We all do that. Good serve there. I forget how tall he is, but he's decent size too. See, I let that drop actually, so I could have come forward a little. And then that one I pulled across and tried to almost make it go cross court, right? I mean, that's just the wrong idea there. See that one, I took advantage of that. If he's hitting high to my forehand, it's sort of short. I better do something with it. This one I tried to be too cute and like sort of hide the fact that I'm going to hit a lob on him. It's stupid. I should have just trusted and hit the lob. See, that ball I like right there. And obviously it didn't look too hard on this video, but it must have been penetrating enough where it sort of got him on his heels, and he ended up missing it. That's just lazy approaching by me right there. Second serve, not too effective. He's not really killing me on it, which he probably should. Just sort of putting it back to me. First serve out wide. See that one? Like I said, maybe I missed it, or that was a let. That's right. But I have to remember that when I'm playing a righty, first serve flat out wide will probably draw a short ball, and I have to learn how to then change directions or put it cross court depending on where the returner hits. But like that ball right there, oh, okay, I decided to go inside out there. That's not bad. I had to put a little more spin on it than I'm used to, but it felt good. That was another let, and I got mad, I think. That's a bad error by Owen there. He's got to just make that return. You can't be... I'm not even serving that good, so Owen's got to be able to do more with that return. And I know he could. So that was just a late hit by him. Got to get his feet under him. See that? So that's my return. See, that's like the one aspect of my game I like. Okay, that's out. That's a nice forehand return deep right at him. I made the error stupidly next, but I was happy with the return. That one I sort of got caught. I don't know why I decided to run totally around it there, but I could have done more with it. This one I remember I decided to sort of step up and sort of do like a slice return like I would in dubs maybe. And it worked. It sort of threw him off, I think, and he had sort of an easy shot there, and it went out. So I guess it worked. But I've been focusing on standing back a little more, a little Medvedev style. Obviously not close to what Medvedev does, but trying to stand intentionally back, give myself a little time to get more prepared, and then I need to swing out. I'm far back. It doesn't mean I need to hit high in the air and loop. It means I need to swing out. Look at that. That one right there gets me so upset. I jump, my left leg flies, and I don't follow through. And I think it's a matter of me not trusting my shot. Like if I truly trusted my shot, I would be following through, stepping forward, and just going for it. And I bet you I'll make it. But it's that little hesitation that causes me to miss there. And I probably should be keeping score. It's probably not fun to watch videos like this without the score. So I got to get that fixed for next time. But I'm still sort of learning the SwingVision app, and I know there's like the heat thing where it shows the ins and outs, but the balls being in and out. But I thought there's a way to keep score too, so I got to figure that out. So I remember sort of being in control for a little here, and I just remember sort of working the corners on him, and then I got up sort of quickly to 5-2, and then he started really coming back and playing smart and putting the pressure on me. See, that ball, I don't mind, right? He put that in the net, but he stepped forward and sort of like, I remember thinking like, uh-oh, I got to do more with my serve, right? Which is probably going to make me not hit a good serve because I'll be worried. So Owen has to continue to step forward like that right there and just sort of put the pressure on me. Maybe get it a little deeper on me, because now I'm just standing my ground there. Look, and just I'm gonna go deep and to the corner. That's not a great shot by me, but maybe the horribleness of that shot sort of threw him off, right? If I would have hit a good shot back to him, he probably would have put it away. I remember this 2 double faults in a row. He was sort of working on something there with kick serve. So, like I said, in these practice sets, sometimes the errors creep in a little more because you're thinking more about certain shots, and you obviously shouldn't be thinking so much when you're in the match. That ball's short, so Owen should approach that rightfully so. Just missed the volley. He usually makes that, but that's the right game strategy by Owen there. See that shot? It's if Owen watched this, which hopefully he will, he'll probably notice that I'm just sort of picking on that corner, even though it's his forehand. I'm getting too easy of an opportunity to do that right there. He's sort of hitting a little shorter than what he probably would want to. Oh, good shot by him. And oh, I think that was out. But the second he hits a little too short, I feel like the one shot in my bag that I know I can hit is that cross court. So that one I sort of swung out, tried to hit up the line, hit the net, I got lucky. But I usually feel pretty good about that right there. Like if it's a little low and it's down the middle, I should be able to bend my knees and put that thing across court with some spin. I got to do more with that. Look at that little fancy drop shot. That didn't turn out to be so fancy. That first serve is a joke. Horrible joke. Not a great, funny joke. And he just put that away, and rightfully so, because it was so bad. You see, that's a deep ball by me. It's not too bad of a slice. See, and I tried to sort of manipulate that one instead of just trusting it, right? I gotta trust my cross-court forehand, because I like it. I forget why I chose the slice there. I got lucky, I think, because Owen should have been able to approach that one to the other corner, and I would have been stuck. was out, I think, yeah. Probably the only reason why I won some of Owen's serves that day. A few double faults, and then I threw in a couple good returns, and just gave me the slight advantage when he was serving. So look at that, another good deep forehand by me, and then I waste it. And I remember that shot. I don't know why I decided to go inside out with that. I should just went to that left corner, and I probably would have made it. So that one right there, I do that every now and then. Just, but I don't mind it. Like, I like moving around the forehand on the ad side and just, like, smacking the crap out of it. I think he barely missed that one. See, Owen's got a nice serve, nice service motion. Good kick motion, too, you can tell. That's a good deep ball by him, but look, I sort of put it up. My ball wasn't too deep, but it's getting up there, the bounce. So see, Owen couldn't do anything there. Okay, that was a waste by me, but at least Owen couldn't be the aggressor there, and that was sort of the point of that point. See, I think there's another one. Owen should have come in, right? I'm backing up. Maybe he knew that was going to be a winner. But I'm backing up during that point. He's got to come in. He's tall, got good hands. He sees letting that ball drop a little too low, which I do a lot. Good serve by him. That's okay. Oh, that was weird. Step left, jump left. You can't make a ball doing that. See, that was a good aggressive return by me. Sort of, probably made him think like, oh, this came back quicker than usual, right? Because I closed the distance a little. That's just a freaking awesome backhand by me. And I did not curse. Good serve. See, it's apparent here now watching the video. I didn't notice it too much then, but he's wasting his first serve, because it's so good. Okay, I actually ran for the ball there. Got rewarded for running. I cross court, like I said, I like it. So I'm sort of intentionally, I think, was trying to keep it to his backhand. I don't remember when I decided to change it. I think I miss it. Yeah, there you go. I do remember that point. I remember I was like purposely keeping it to his backhand. I go, oh, the second he thinks I'm going back to the backhand, I'm going to go the other way. And I missed it. Can't complain too much. I actually remember that stroke feeling pretty good, and I just missed it. That one I popped a string, so now I got a different racket here. I wasn't quite comfortable with the racket yet. Oh, horrible. Didn't I just work on volleys with Doug? Oh my gosh. Good serve, good return. See, that was just a nice soft hit by me. I'm just hitting that corner. Okay, I miss it. Oh, I get upset. But, I don't mind that. I'm like purposely trying to get it to the corner. I just went a little deep. Can't complain. It's not like I'm perfect here. Okay, so that's the ball I like, right? I'm just going back to his forehand deep. And eventually I'm going to get the ball, hopefully, that I like. And I could have done a lot more with that. I remember this point. He hits it out, luckily, by like an inch. But I had an opportunity to be a lot more aggressive, like 2 or 3 times in that point, and I didn't do it. I ended up winning it, but I didn't do it. That ball, too. I mean, he was totally out of the screen. Why wasn't I bum rushing the net there? Like, what am I waiting for? The whole point of me playing the point is to be aggressive, and when he's backing up, get to the net, and I'm just not doing it. Okay, serve and volley there. We talked about that one. I thought it was in. He thought it was out. He was right. I looked later, and it was totally out on SwingVision. This one, too, actually. We were like, is this in or out? But look at that. It's like 3 inches in now that we see it on SwingVision. So I think I start getting a little more aggressive here with my serve. I even served and volleyed a few, as you saw. And I sort of felt like I got to put him away here because he just got back to 5-4. I better do something different. So the last game, I tried to a little more pressure. At least that was my thought process, and there I win that. So hope you enjoyed that one. Yeah, I mean, those were 3 videos, which, I don't usually tape these, but in preparation for this tournament coming up, I wanted to do that for you, and I'm going to tape a few more things prior to Friday. So I really hope you enjoyed it.